You think you're the one in control, right? You pick up your phone, you open an app, you decide what to watch. Sure, that's adorable. The truth is, you don't open your phone, it opens you. Every vibration, every red dot, every ding was designed to poke the same part of your brain that slot machines target. It's not discipline you're missing, it's a fair fight. You're stepping into a casino built for your psychology, and the house always wins. The apps you use don't care if you're happy, productive, or enlightened. They care if you stay. Because every second you scroll, someone's profit graph goes up like a dopamine bar. You think it's willpower keeping you connected? It's not. It's architecture. Invisible, addictive, and tailored just for you. The real reason. You can't disconnect. It's not your willpower. We like to believe we're in control, that we use technology, not the other way around. But have you ever noticed how you open your phone without realizing it? You don't even decide to. Your thumb just moves, like it's been trained by some invisible coach. That's not a bad habit, that's conditioning. Tech companies have spent billions figuring out one simple question: how long can we keep you looking? So they built a system that rewards you for staying and punishes you for leaving. The likes, the hearts, the just one more scroll, none of it's random. It's a science experiment where you're the data. Every color, sound, and swipe was tested on millions of brains until they found what made people twitch. And now, every time you say 5 more minutes, you're not deciding, you're responding. You're Pavlov's dog, except instead of drooling for food, you're chasing little red hearts. Sometimes you even open an app, stare at the screen, and forget why you opened it in the first place. Congratulations. That's the moment your autopilot takes over. The cruel part, you still feel like you're choosing. That's the illusion. You're not chained, you're guided. And guided people don't rebel. They comply politely because the best kind of control isn't force. It's when you don't even notice it's happening. And when you finally do, it's already been happening for years. Let's talk about why you can't stop. Not because you're weak, because you're outnumbered. Somewhere in a shiny office, a group of engineers in hoodies sat around a whiteboard and said, how can we make people scroll just a little longer? And then they built 4 perfect traps. Trap 1, the intermittent reward loop. The first trap is the same one casinos use. You never know when you'll win. That's why you keep playing. Every like is a tiny jackpot. Sometimes you get one, sometimes 100, sometimes none. And your brain hates not knowing. So it keeps pulling the digital lever. The irony? The house always wins. Except here, the house is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the slot machine is you. Trap 2, the FOMO effect. Then there's FOMO, fear of missing out. Social media turns your friends into highlight reels. Everyone looks happier, hotter, richer, and somehow less tired than you. You're not watching them. You're watching your own anxiety with filters on. You scroll not to connect, but to compare. And comparison is the most efficient way to feel both inferior and addicted at the same time. It's brilliant, right? It's basically emotional blackmail with Wi-Fi. Trap 3, the infinite scroll. You know that moment you reach the end of a page, except there is no end? Yeah, that's on purpose. Infinite scroll removes friction. No stop. No next page. No reason to think. The content just keeps coming. Like a conveyor belt for your attention. Your brain doesn't ask, do I want to keep watching? It just says, well, I'm already here. It's like eating chips. You don't stop because you're full. You stop because the bag's empty. Except online, the bag never ends. Trap 4, the mirror effect. The last trap is the cruelest. Social media doesn't just show you others, it shows you yourself. Every post, every selfie, every caption becomes a vote for who you think you are. And once that identity gets likes, your brain locks it in. Ah, so this is me now. Suddenly, you're not chasing validation, you're defending it. You can't disconnect because that would mean disappearing. And no one wants to feel invisible, so no, you're not addicted to your phone. You're addicted to your reflection inside it. The engineers didn't need to chain you, they just needed to make the cage feel like home. Here's the truth they never tell you. You don't have a discipline problem, you have an architecture problem. The entire digital world is built like a psychological labyrinth, and you're not wandering through it because you're weak. You're trapped in it because it was engineered to keep you walking. Remember, some of the smartest people alive don't work in science labs or hospitals. They work at tech companies designing buttons that light up exactly when your brain says, just one more. They've read the same psychology books you have. They just decided to weaponize them. And then some guru comes along and tells you, you just need more discipline. Oh, right, sure, let me fight a $1 billion dopamine machine with my morning affirmations and a cup of green tea. The truth is, you're not lazy. You're human. You're running on a brain that evolved to chase reward and avoid boredom. And someone figured out how to monetize both. Every motivational post telling you to delete your apps, go off grid, touch grass, ignores the real issue. You can't fight an enemy you still underestimate. This isn't a battle of willpower. It's a war of design. The platforms don't need to force you. They just need to nudge you. And the nudge always feels harmless until it becomes routine. That's how control works. First, it feels helpful, then it feels normal, and finally, it feels like you. So stop blaming yourself for losing a game you were never told you were playing. You can't win if you don't even know you're in the arena. Power doesn't begin when you delete your apps. It begins the moment you see them for what they are. Because once you notice the strings, they don't pull the same way anymore. Awareness breaks the spell. Every time you catch yourself reaching for your phone without thinking, that's control returning. Not full control, but a small rebellion. A quiet no in a world built on yes. The trick isn't to fight the system, it's to study it, use it, and refuse to worship it. Think of it like psychological jujitsu. You redirect the force instead of resisting it. The next time a notification buzzes, don't instantly respond. Pause. Let it vibrate. Let it beg. You'll realize something strange. You don't need to check it. You want to check it. And there's a difference. That difference, that single second of awareness, is where freedom begins. True power isn't deleting your phone. It's knowing you could, but choosing not to. Machiavelli would have loved that kind of control, power through restraint. The people who rule the world aren't the loudest. They're the calm ones, the ones who can say, I don't need this, but I'll use it. That's what real dominance looks like. You don't escape the game, you just stop playing blindfolded. Here's the good news. You don't need to move to a cabin in the woods. You just need to hack your own psychology before someone else does. Start small. 1. Kill the vibration. Every buzz is a digital Pavlov bell. Turn it off. If it's important, they'll call. And if they don't, it wasn't. 2. Hide the bait. Put your most used apps inside a folder named Distractions. Sounds silly, but your brain hesitates just long enough to wake up. 3. Schedule your chaos. Decide when you'll scroll. Yes, on purpose. 10 minutes of intentional doom scrolling beats 2 hours of accidental hypnosis. 4. Add friction. Log out of your most toxic apps. The extra password step is like barbed wire for your impulses. 5. Replace the reflex. Every time you reach for your phone without thinking, stop for 5 seconds. Not meditate, not breathe, just notice. That's the muscle of awareness. The only one the algorithm can't train. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be unpredictable. Algorithms love routine. Confuse them, and you take back control. You'll probably check your phone right after this video, maybe even scroll for a bit. That's okay. Control isn't a one-time victory. It's a quiet daily rebellion. The goal isn't to escape technology. It's to stop kneeling to it. Because every time you pause before you swipe, every second you hesitate, you remind the system that you still exist. They built this world to keep you hooked. You can still use it to wake up. Awareness is the resistance, and the moment you know that, you've already taken your power back.